Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
This morning we will pray from Psalms 43. Judge me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. For thou art the God of my strength. Why dost thou cast me off? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of my enemy? O send out thy light and thy truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me unto thy holy hill and to thy tabernacle. Then will I go unto the altar of God unto God my exceeding joy. Yea, upon the harp will I praise thee, O God, my God. Why thou hast cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquiet within me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. To my community of parity and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. Schools officially close today in the United Kingdom, so we will lose the country for another 6 weeks. We will have to hand it over to the young people of this country. We'll have to contend with them for the next 6 weeks, whether it be in public transport, on the street, in the parks, wherever. They will be taking over the country, which they regularly do for the 6 week period. I don't know about you, but where I grew up in Jamaica, there was the saying that big head people bright. I don't know if that argument still holds water, especially the big head people in government and in public service in our country. I mean, 10 years of Andrew Holness devastation of the country. One could almost argue 10 months of the devastation of Hurricane Melissa across Western Jamaica. We hear the word NaRRA, 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 speaking of many things, but nothing much, if at all, of the victims of Hurricane Melissa. 10 years and 10 months, and no prosperity has yet been delivered.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people here. 6 months later, them still out asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high rise, road still full of work. A house pocket to a fill, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Boldness, time to go, time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not on the door. Boldness, time to go, time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Boldness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan. But 10 years later, we still can't understand. Corruption report land and nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Who's crack up parish council, bro? Country suffocating done and it just smoke. And when we raise the voice, you call we political. But the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
Boldness, time to go.
Time to go. The people,
Yes and no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Boldness, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we we hungry, we done with the show. All this our time we go. We know want no hype, we know want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. Oh, you live so large when we live in so scanty. Not with fists, not with fire, but we voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking, and I'm not too late.
Oh, yes, time to go.
Time to go, the people.
Yes, hello.
We say no, 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not by the door.
Oh, yes, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh, yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. What can't afford feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaicans will live.
Somebody danced this morning. I literally don't know who. When we get there, you will have to assist me in helping to decide who dance. Me, them, or all away. But somebody dance this morning. Morning, everybody. Welcome. Honor the like and share the live for me, please. Because there's doctors and there's DR titles. There are doctors and there are DR titles. Who dance? You will have to help me work out that this morning. Byron Leslie, Debbie Jervis, TV, good morning and welcome. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, Gloria Morris, good morning. Miss Jam Upton, good morning. Karen Nemar, Lynette Jenkins, Errol Reed, good morning, good morning. I almost say good morning to Global TV. Good morning. Pamela Akola, good morning and welcome. Suzette Williams, good morning. Evan Miller, Jamrock 8766, good morning. Leonie Denton, Sheena Kelly, good morning. Miranda Roddock, good morning, good morning. Who else is here? Colin, good morning. Good morning. Yvonne Bradford, good morning and welcome. Abinasa Cody, good morning. Good morning. Michael Nepper, Paul Johnson, good morning and welcome. Well, I fell asleep last night in the interview with Perry Cummins and MP Crawford, Shadow Minister of Education. Weren't too interested in his education portfolio, but with the main part of the interview in relation to the public squabble that's going on, or the public talk, rather, that's going on. Keith Salmon, morning. I must say, throughout the interview, Ladybug, how you do? Perry Cummins asked some brilliant questions, pressing the MP. But for me, the whole way through the interview, the MP danced on ice. I did not expect him to answer the questions that Perry keep advancing, keep trying to get him to admit or crush the narrative. But what I can get from Damian Crawford dancing on ice last night, especially when he said, the party has lost 3 general elections and cannot afford to lose another, which is true. Because if the party lose another, God help the country. It is saying to me, don't know about you, that he does not have confidence in Mark Golding's leadership fighting another general election. It is also saying to me, though he will not admit, that Damian Crawford will challenge Mark Golding next year. Where that will lead the party and the country, I have no idea. But one thing I would say to the People's National Party, be very, very, very careful in how you go about with this. Because if the party splits down the middle, Donna Thompson, or if the party goes into quite a few different fractions as it did after Dr. Phillips, God help the country. Because within that division, I could see the Prime Minister calling a snap election to shore up himself further much down the road. What if Damian Crawford challenges Mark Golding in 2027 and does not have the support to cross it? And the division maintains. What next for the country? What next for the country? I beg of the PNP to think long and hard how you do this. I, for one, I'm not sure of Mark Golding's fighting strategy to win a 2030 general election or whenever Andrew chooses to call it. But if we're going to end up in a splintered People's National Party, that is even more dangerous than changing Mark Golding halfway house. So I beg of you all to be careful, Kayleen, because not only the PNP leadership depends on that, the entire country depends on that. But Perry asked some brilliant questions last night, but Damian danced on ice the whole way through. I didn't expect him to answer them honestly either, because if Damian Crawford had answered those questions honestly, then boy, oh boy, it would give meat on the bone to PNP bloggers who are riling and railing, to Cliff Hughes and Georgina, who is already trying over the issue. And it would lay bare the division in the People's National Party. But Damian Crawford's answers last night does not suggest to me that there isn't a division in the party. His answers does not suggest to me that he will not challenge Mark Golding next year. All I beg is for you all to do it carefully, because the country, not the party's leadership, the country depends on it. Is it possible for me to play what Perry asks? Let me see if I can pull back up bits of the interview here. I'd have to go to Perry's channel because I didn't screen record out anything. But Perry asked him on the issue at hand, but I didn't expect him to answer them honestly. I expected him to dance on ice the way he did last night, But his answers does not suggest to me that one, there isn't the division that has been talked about, and two, that he will not challenge and was very diplomatic with his answers. But there are people like me out here, Mr. Crawford, that understands the diplomatic ice dancing. One second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Bear with. We just go to the few questions. Bear with. We just want to get the questions that Perry asked. Damian Crawford.
Come to agree and to disagree and to decide where the majority
It was a
falls.
brilliant questioning, but Damian Crawford, as I said, dance and ice the whole
can
way
be a
through.
challenge would be 2027.
Hold on. But
Madam Speaker,
one must also realize that, and there has always been, it's nothing new, the infighting between Damian Crawford or Peter Bunting's opposition to Damian Crawford. If you understand the PNP dynamic, you would know that Peter Bunting is not keen on Damian Crawford at all. Peter Bunting is keen on Mark Golding because of his friendship and business partnership with Mark Golding. Even though Peter Bunting is not the leader, Peter Bunting, the Machiavellian, just like Andrew Holness, will not get leadership in the PNP. I'm going to do a special on, because you remember he challenged Dr. Phillips and all of that. He was the one who had issue with Portia also. His best bet is to have Mark Golding there, because that's how Peter Bunting has control, Opal Hoyodo, has control over the PNP. So Peter Bunting will not want a Damian Crawford to become a leader, given that Peter Bunting will lose control of the People's National Party if Damian Crawford becomes president of the People's National Party, Winifred Morning. So it's an upward tussle. It's an upward tussle. And I can tell you, Damian Crawford danced and ice the whole way through. I never expect him to answer the questions, honestly, because if he does, it will be a hurrah out here this morning. Let us wait for 2027.
And gentlemen, tonight we're going to be having a conversation with MP Damian Crawford regarding what we've been hearing in the political grapevine. MP, Mr. Crawford, how are you, sir?
How are you doing, my brother? All is well?
Yes, man, all is well, man. Thank you for supporting the super chat, Gunners. Yes, Mr. Crawford, the people are here. We are excited to really hear from you. This is really your first interview after we've been hearing certain things in the political space. And we're going to be talking about PEP and education, as that is your area of expertise. But the elephant is in the room, Mr. Crawford. The first question I would like to ask, are you aware and can you confirm or deny? Somebody saying that you are low, maybe, I don't know if you could probably go closer to the mic, I'm not sure.
Check. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. I think personally just saying that you're a bit low. Yeah. But there has been a lot of conversations regarding your ambitions to lead the People's National Party. But more concerning for many, it's been said that there has been conversations about persons making calls on your behalf. Some say calls to caretakers, donors, and delegates representing you to start this campaign for the PNP. Can you confirm or deny or that? What is happening there?
You see all these properties here, by the time you're looking at them, the best ones are gone. Have you ever wondered?
Well, this has become the norm for the last 2 years. If you carry your mind back to June, July, August of last year, there was persons, one of which Mama Stan and others, who were doing the same kind of public assassination of my character. And it seemed to be a strategy employed to, I guess, dissuade. However, there is no probability of a challenge within the People's National Party in 2026 because the rules indicate that it has to be every other year. So the only time that there can be a challenge would be 2027. And I would not put a party through the rigors of a political campaign for 15, 16 months. So no one heard an announcement from me because there can be no challenge in 2026. However, a Democratic Socialist Party would have within its concept have two things, democracy and socialism as central pillars of the party. And therefore it is the right of anyone who is a member to assess his own capacity to contribute, to assess the conversations he has had with others, and to then see if he believes in his conscience that he can contribute more in a different position, or she can contribute more in a different position. And when that time comes, I'll make that assessment. So as you have seen, I've been quiet, and whatever supporters that I may have, they have generally been quiet as well, because this is a much to do about nothing conversation.
He's been quiet. His supporters have been quiet. Carefully listen to Damian Crawford. He's been dancing the ice the whole way through.
That initiates every July and August.
So you've mentioned a few things, Mr. Crawford. You mentioned the People's National Party being a democratic one, and I'm sure everybody would agree that you all should have a right. Anybody should have a right to throw their hat in the ring. So you've not made it a secret that you hope to one day lead the PNP. But what we do know about aspirations, Mr. Crawford, is that normally when you aspire to lead an organization, there is normally something that you want to change. Do you believe that there is something missing from the leadership of Mark Golding that you may want to do differently?
It would be stupid of me as a member of the inner circle, meaning a member of parliament and a person with access to the ears of Mark Golding, to discuss any shortcomings I perceive outside of a campaign in a public way. So therefore, if it is that there are shortcomings that I perceive, it would be sensible for me having access to his office and his ears to indicate that to him. What I do know is that we have lost free elections. Support. And so
you were getting a call just now. You were getting a call. Go again.
We have lost free elections and we can't afford to lose the vote. And so the People's National Party must ensure that we assess all realities, all positions, and all individuals and put our best foot forward. And so that includes the indoor agent and the outdoor agent. That includes the cluster managers. That includes the councillors and the candidates. And it includes the officers. So a party that has lost 3 times must do a full introspection and try to ensure that it don't lose the 4th time. But any shortcomings that exist within the leadership, I have sufficient access to the leadership to feel free to have that conversation with them.
You mentioned putting our best foot forward. We've lost 3 elections, you said. Do you believe that a best foot forward for the PNP could be new leadership, and that being you?
Again, there will be a time for that decision, and that is in 2027. So in 2027, the party constitution has organized for there to be a clear vacancy and for persons that have interest to offer themselves. At that time, all members should assess within their own country if they believe that they should offer themselves based on the callings of others and based on the conversations with others and based on the personal perceptions of themselves. So, no, I have not completed that assessment to this point. And I have felt no pressure to complete that assessment to this point. But I have contributed to this party. I've sacrificed consistently for this party. I have led for this party on occasion. And to that extent, I have no intent to kick over the entire bucket of all the things that I have contributed to working towards, and many others have contributed to working towards. And so when the assessment is done, with full respect and with open communication, we don't think that we have to attack the person who we disagree with. We would indicate to the public if we believe that steps are necessary. At this time, there was no need to make that assessment.
No, okay. As you've mentioned something about you wouldn't kick over the
McDelivery, you in?
I'm in. Yeah, well, fancy a fillet of fish. Expand your
bucket and burn it all down to build it up back again. However, on the ground, Mr. Crawford, we've been hearing so many different persons, some bloggers, some comments on the ground saying that you are a part of a destabilizing process and that other MPs have colluded with you. I don't want to call any name, but there was a certain MP that stepped down recently from a certain position to focus on his constituency. Many are saying that was a coordinated action between you and him to somehow solidify your best foot forward. Is that can you deny that there's no such collusion?
Well, first of all, the logic of the argument seems to be flawed. Stepping down to solidify our position just don't seem to make sense. However, many of the persons I've seen loud conversations are not in a position to know. They would not be in a position to know. But they make money and they get attention from acting as if they know. But I can tell you of my history in this party. I joined in 2007, the front lines of the party after our election loss. Most people are attracted to a political party on the front line when an election is won. I became the YO.
This for me is the auditioning. This part of the interview for me is Damian Crawford auditioning.
President in 2008 and fought tooth and nail to bring the party to power in 2011. I would have marched to Jamaica House at least 2 occasions and led a YO that many would have argued was one of the most efficient and effective YOs in recent memory. I then ran for a seat that was expected to lose, that was East Rural St. Andrew, on the basis that they were coming with young people time, and I was recruited to the electoral numbers as a representation of the young people. I ran in that seat and won that seat, that is East Rural St. Andrew, and continued to work in that seat, placed my best foot forward, had a falling out on this, and if history should be the home of truth, had a falling out and a demonstration against children having education, saying that education can and picnic can vote if persons are willing to carry their minds back to the realities of what happened. Thereafter, there was a challenge, and in that challenge, I lost the challenge. And despite having lost the challenge, came out and fully campaigned in 2011. Thereafter, I ran for the vice president of the party, won with the most votes, and served the party to its fullest. When the leadership changed and there were calls for a support team for the leader who were overt in support, I offered my position to a 2+2 agreement that we had. I then continued to campaign on behalf of the People's National Party and was a central figure in the campaign in 2020. Notwithstanding having lost, I went back to the Senate consistently advocated on behalf of the people through the Senate. In fact, would have carried much attention to the People's National Party. Mark Bowling was the leader of the party. And there's none among us who intends to be truthful that can claim that I didn't do all that I could to win the last election.
Yes, go ahead. I want to, you made a very...
This whole bit for me was the auditioning to say, I am the most qualified. I've done so much. I've been around the block. I've done an awful lot. There's very little here as qualified and popular as I am. That's what I get from this long-winded answer that Perry never sought.
You made a point I want to ask, but go ahead, finish up with that.
Right. I mean, many don't know, but I toured over 32 constituencies despite having my own constituency. And not only having my own constituency, knew that if I lost, my career would have been over, and was running in a seat that only won by 122 the election before. Notwithstanding, I made myself available to multiple candidates: Hanover, St. James, Trelawney. The only parish that I didn't walk during the election was St. Elizabeth, and that was because a press conference call on the day, and I was a member of the press conference. Portland, all of those things. So my contribution to the party and dedication, wait, I forgot. I also resigned my job in 2019 to run in East Portland on the simple basis that...
So you asked the party owe you? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Crawford, that the party owes you? I'm just asking.
Many felt I was the best person to put up a fight in East Portland. At that time, we were 11 points behind. I still hold the record for number of votes by a PMP candidate in East Portland today. I still hold the record for number of votes by a PMP candidate in East Rural St. Andrew to today.
With the game still deadlocked, it's time for something new.
Let's light it up.
Damien came to an interview, but he came to audition. That's what I gathered. He came to an interview, though he danced and I for quite some time, but he also came to audition.
With up to 7 seats.
Because this long-winded answer for me is the auditioning of leadership.
I left
Mr. Crawford. Yes, you left. Yeah, we remember you being a lecturer at UWI. Mr. Crawford, some would say that you listing out your achievements and nobody should discredit your achievements. One would say that sounds like a campaign speech. Are you confirming that you will challenge the leadership of the PNP?
No, because I've made no achievement. I've made contributions. I've listed my contribution. I've listed my effort. So to see members of the party find joy in utterances such as a mongrel brings pain to my because I have sacrificed a lot on behalf of the party and I've contributed a lot to the party. It doesn't cause for you to deserve anything other than respect. And I believe that I have proven my commitment sufficient to deserve respect.
Oh, so you're saying that you feel, regardless of your ambitions, you believe that you should be shown as a certain level of respect. I think the viewers just really want to know. I mean, it's really up to you if you're comfortable sharing, because you've not denied it. Will you, Mr. Crawford, challenge leadership next year?
I can't say. As I said, it would be foolish to put a party in a campaign for 14 months. It would also be damaging to put the party in a campaign for 14 months. So even if I had made up my mind, I would not communicate that at this particular point in time. What I am going to fight for to the end is the right to do so within a democratic party.
Okay.
And that right exists for any one of us who perceives in their conscience that they can make a contribution at any level.
Okay. Mr. Crawford, I just three more questions or so, then we get to your portfolio. A lot of persons remembered you on the campaign being very vocal, platform to platform, a lot of sound bites coming from you. But now you are not the Crawford. Many, and this is what I'm hearing on the ground, as a political commentator. Many are saying that you're quiet now. Is it that because you are otherwise minded? You represented the team last year to debate on social issues. We've been faced with a myriad of different social issues, and persons are saying Crawford is quiet. Is that so, and if so, why?
Well, again, I like to use objective measures. So a person can simply go and search the name Damon Crawford in the YouTube. Let's look at the parliament. While I was a member of the committee, the PAAC, at least 3 viral clips came that benefited the PMP, including the one where I questioned where the money was going for the hurricane relief, including where I questioned the Ministry of Finance, etc. I would have made presentations in Parliament that have been shared all over the internet, not by me, but by others, on gambling, on casinos, on NHT, on the proposal of willing the NHT benefit. Just last week, I spoke on Dean Pierce. I don't believe that there are persons, there are not many who have made more contributions in the Parliament. So I'm not sure how they measure going silent. There is absolutely no campaign going on at this particular point in time. And so therefore, my work has been in the Parliament, for which I've tried to be studious in executing that. So any Google search would deny the rumor being spread about being silent.
Yeah, well, Mr. Crawford, certainly we appreciate you answering that. Just 2 more questions. You've made mention of you having the right to aspire, right? You have the right to aspire.
And others, any others.
Yourself and others, yes. Mm-hmm. Yourself and others. And a lot of persons would still say that, no, you're quiet, but you've answered. You said people have the right to aspire, yourself and others. Do you believe that in the PNP, that right is being taken from you? I'm not talking about those viewers now and comrades on the ground. From the PNP, do you believe that you're somehow being undermined by the leadership of any sort?
I see no basis to conclude that. I see no basis to conclude that. The leadership will make decisions, and the scholarship will either be happy or dissatisfied with those decisions. It is within the authority of the leadership to make those decisions. I am the spokesperson on education. I would have initiated a lawsuit on behalf of the people of Jamaica to challenge the constitutionality of our early childhood education. I would have indicated to the public the misuse of information and data. I would have been at the forefront of proposing solutions after the Hurricane Melissa. So
Jungle Formula provides immediate protection for up to 16 hours for all life's adventures. Now for the whole family, Jungle Formula Family Protect. Jungle Formula, the ultimate 3-in-1 protection. Insects off, adventure on.
The writing is on the wall. Your somber body language. Your somber body language
that is the portfolio for which I was granted. And I continue to speak on the portfolio for which I was granted.
Okay, Mr. Crawford, for now, do you support the current leadership of the P? This is the last question. Do you support Mark Jefferson Golding?
Well, I hope you get the opportunity to interview the leader.
Oh, certainly. I reached out.
He would indicate my contribution. No less than 9 of the ideas that were exposed in the last budget debate were brainchilds of mine. Brainchildren, I guess, I don't know what the term is. Which were shared with the leader. I've contributed on many occasions. Any observation of Parliament would see that I'm very willing to participate. While any leader remains the leader, they have my full support, as did Portia Simpson, as did Peter Phillips, and as did Mark Golding. the last opportunity to prove that was in the election, and I fought tooth and nail for him to become the prime minister of his country. So therefore, the assessment of yourself and the asking of the collective knowledge of the party to make decisions on who is best or whom are best to lead us forward have nothing to do with support or lack of support, because it is not a negative emotion to a person. As long as he is the leader, he has my support. As long as Angela Brownberg is the chairperson, she has my support. As long as Dayton Campbell is the general secretary, he has my support. And if for any reason there's a change in any one of those realities, they too have my support. John Gordon Webley would have run against me in his rural St. Anthony in 2011. Yet, I have campaigned with Joan Gordon Webley on 2 occasions when she ran for the PMP, because all members of the PMP have my support.
Damien, we understand organizational principles and policies, and we also understand organizational hypocrisy, Mr. Crawford.
Mr. Crawford, you've said that the current leadership of the party, they have your support, but in terms of answering whether or not you will challenge the leadership of the PNP, you said you cannot say that right now. What would be, if you should decide to challenge the leadership of the PNP, I'm not sure if you're comfortable to reveal your tactic, but based on the history of a divided PNP, we've seen what leadership challenges do to the PNP, Mr. Crawford. And I think a lot of comrades are saying, why challenge the leadership even next year?
Well, that is one of the greatest joys of a democratic process. In fact, at this point, we have 28,000 delegates. We have about 400,000 supporters. And the democratic process calls for some to agree and to disagree and to decide where the majority falls. And so, therefore, I acknowledge the opinion of all members of the party, all delegates, and all comrades who support the party. I also acknowledge their anxiety. I know, as a matter of fact, that Portia Simpson was challenged in 2008 and won 42 seats. I think it's 2008 or 2009, won 42 seats in 2011. Andrew Holness was challenged, I think, in 2014 and won in 2016. So the anecdotal arguments about, it is a disaster has been proven only when Peter Bunting challenged on the verge of the election, and also the outcome might not have been possible to change. But the outcomes of 2 public challenges in Jamaica has shown that parties can recover from the democratic process. I believe if there is a challenge for anything, because it can't be reserved only to the leader. What if somebody wants to be a vice president? Is that also too divisive to have a vice president election? What if somebody wants to be a region chair? Is that too divisive to have a region chair election? What if somebody wants to be a replacing candidate? Is that too divisive to seek to be a candidate if a candidate currently exists? And what if somebody wants to be a chairman? Is that too divisive? So a political party who tries its trade in the democratic process cannot be of the opinion that democracy kills it, nor can a socialist party be of the opinion that socialism kills it. So you must be committed to the ideological pillars of the party, which is that all are able to have a say, all are able to hold a position, and we believe in the equal opportunity for all Jamaica. Those 2 tenets must be at the forefront of the election, of the political party. So if there are some that are sensing anxiety, I can understand those anxieties. If there are some that are saying, if there is any feeling.
I don't know why anyone comes here, it's just so quiet.
Part of his dancing and ice. But what I can tell you from here going forward, the PNP might just be set for a civil war going forward. If not, certainly come 2027.
I have a problem.
Civil war will break loose. The criminal regime of the Jamaica Labour Party will certainly be rubbing its hands with glee.
of a need for change, that there should be conversations that may prevent a divisive election. If there's some who are saying that if we should have an election, it should not be on the negative of the other, but on the positive of the person you support. Those persons would have been disappointed with the anti-democratic faction who have decided to sully the name of any individual that they perceive to be in support of a democratic process. So I think that if we should have an election, the way in which it is run is going to have much greater impact than the election itself. And if persons determine that they are the pit bulls to stop the mongrels and the thing like that.
To stop the who?
The mongrels, it was said. But if persons like believe that it is in their sole authority to decide on the direction of the party, it would have an issue. But I don't believe that. I would have exposed the virtues of Mark Golding on the platform, and I don't go on platforms to speak lies. I believe Mark Golding have great qualities, and those qualities must be considered as to how we move forward.
Yeah, we're gonna get to some other matters. Yes. Yeah. No, I understand. I think I've been asking the questions, and persons are also having their own comments in the chat. But the last question on this I'd like to ask, Mr. Crawford, if you recognize that your ambitions may cause a divided PNP, will you relinquish or step back from those ambitions for the greater good of the party? Or will you push on and say, it's my time now? Time come for Crawford.
I am at a confused state as it relates to ambitions. If you should go back to 2013, I indicated an ambition to one day lead the party. Did I challenge in 2014? Did I offer myself in 2015? What would have stopped me from offering myself only on ambitions in 2024 or 2023? Instead, I contributed what I could contribute on behalf of the party. So I'm not going to be fueled by just a personal ambition. I will be fueled by the voice of the people, because what they say is law. And if the average delegate believes that there should be an offering, then that is likely to happen. If the average delegate believes that there should not be an offering, then that is unlikely to happen. So personal ambition can never be the basis of seeking to lead a political movement with over 400,000 supporters. So that is not the basis of my decision making.
Thank you, MP Crawford.
Well, we'll leave that there now. I think you get the gist of what I call the dancing on ice throughout the entire interview. Steve Hayfield, morning. But Damian Crawford can fool anybody but me. Should we continue with Damian Crawford while we're at it, so we get Damian Crawford out of the way? When it comes to education, we have clipped out an interview he had with, I think it's Lead Story. Let us just listen to him talking about education. But when Perry Cummins asks the question about his quietness, yes, Damian, a lot of us in the space have observed your quietness, as opposed to when Damian Crawford was in the Senate. We have observed a level of quietness that we're not used to from Damian since 2020 or since 2021, being in the Senate. Or was it before that also? But we have not. Yes, since 2020. We have seen a silence coming from it, because Damian Crawford, throughout your time in the Senate, you were a firebrand. Compare, Mr. Crawford, to what it is we're hearing from you now. We also remember Damian Crawford on the election campaign, even with your intellectual dishonesty, by currently using the slang, what can go so, and I've never heard you once attribute it to Derek Morgan, which is an intellectual dishonesty, Mr. Crawford. You know that. But Damian Crawford danced on ice the whole way through the interview. Damian Crawford body language and Damian Crawford mouth was saying two different things through the interview. But it looks to me like the People's National Party is set for civil war come next year. Because what I'm getting from Damian Crawford, he is determined to put himself forward for leadership. And 2027 might just be that time. Prepare yourself, PNP. It can all go south. And if it goes south for the People's National Party, then it will go north for Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party. What a cockroaches we're in. Let us listen to Damian Crawford and his education portfolio in an interview with the lead story on CVM, I believe.
The issue that you were having with how the PEP results were presented?
No, well, generally, I have an issue with a Ministry of Education that seeks to build a narrative more than a nation. And consistently, they have sought to sell lies and stories based on flawed statistical analysis. In this case, they are suggesting that there's an improvement last year over this year. And that has nothing to do with the question you've asked if the children are doing better, because at this point, we don't know if they're doing better than last year. And the reason why we don't know if they're doing better than last year is because there is a different examination. Once the hurricane hit, the ministry took the decision to, one, remove 2 of the 4 exams. So instead of doing math, English, science, and social studies, they removed science and social studies in totality. And secondly, of the 2 that remained, they decided to remove the performing task and the long form aspect, leaving only the multiple choice aspect. And so therefore, you did not only 2 of the 4, but you did basically half of the 2. And so to then come to proclaim that this suggests that we are doing well, and also that the high schools are receiving better quality and should, by extension, be expected to deliver more, is a flawed assessment that, one, puts undue pressure on unfair pressure on their schools, and 2, suggests that less needs to be done than needs to be done.
Damian Crawford, so you've made the case, and I hear your argument about what has been removed, the science and the social studies, remove the performance task and the long form, you say, left with multiple choice. For those who are looking on and saying there are lots of exams that are multiple choice in their format, and they do cover the entire gamut of a syllabus and can tell you whether or not students have attained onto mastery. Is that unreasonable from
That's
those?
Not unreasonable, because that would speak mainly to the quality of the exam, and there can be quality multiple choice examination. What is, however, remaining unreasonable is for the government to compare it with last year, which was a different exam. So if the government chooses to maintain only the multiple choice, then next year they can compare next year to this year. But they are incapable to compare the performance of last year to this year.
What are you getting from the results that you've looked at? Because I know you're a numbers man, and I gather you've looked at the numbers.
Yeah, well, first of all, it showed that the children were resilient, that they were able to show up for exams, that they were able to execute and to in many cases, deliver upon the exams' general requirements. It also shows, however, that there's quite a bit of our students who are still struggling in pathway 2 and pathway 3. And sometimes when we use the percentages, it seemed not to represent the fact that there are thousands that would be, for example, if 32% failed, it would have been almost 9,000 would have not been achieving basic proficiency. So because there's an inability to compare with previous years, we can't judge if the ministry's interventions are working. However, what it also continued to show is that we still have too many of our persons that are not doing well. And when the ministry, for example, indicated that, sixth grade literacy was improved. That's the first time that it was being given. And there is a different level of literacy for each grade, from pre-primary, I call it pre-primary, going all the way up to ninth grade literacy. So there's no way to legitimately compare a sixth grade taking the test to the same sixth grader taking a fourth grade test, because you have to measure if in fourth grade he was at the appropriate fourth grade level of literacy, and if in sixth grade he was at the appropriate level of sixth grade literacy. In this particular case, it wouldn't have been able to test the speed of reading. It wouldn't have been able to test fully its comprehension, and it would have left guessing as an easy component of simple multiple choice. So all I'm saying is that to trumpet and celebrate as they did last year with mathematics, suggesting that the ministry was in the right direction for 9 students more passing out of 26,000 that failed. And they said they were doing great because less students were entered in the examination. So that is a breach of trust and a manipulation of statistics. And I'm saying the answer cannot be found unless the truth and the facts are on the table. And at this point, the ministry is unwilling to put the truth and the facts on the table.
I would like to say to Damian Crawford, in relation to his portfolio, you have not been forthcoming given the load of problem in the education sector, especially in the aftermath of Melissa. And you have been relatively silent on all that is happening in education. It took you weeks to come out after the PEP result, or after you claim Dana Morris Dixon came out with the lies and the dishonesty. We'll play another video from Cliff Hughes with him, as Cliff Hughes say, accusing Dana Morris Dixon and the rest of the team. You have not been forthcoming. But in relation, Mr. Crawford, to your leadership ambition, one would have thought this is the time that Damian Crawford would want to step up and show that I'm a viable leader. Because for me, from campaign to present, Dr. Dawes has been on constant message. Dr. Dawes has not dropped the ball. Dr. Dawes is the ticks in the co-ears of Dr. Tufton. I don't see that coming from Damian Crawford when it comes to the rubbish going on in the education system. So if it is that Damian Crawford has the leadership ambition and determination, then Damian Crawford ought to be showing Jamaica, ought to be showing PNP grassroots, that I'm a leader, I'm a team player, Damian Crawford. I'm not getting that from you. Maybe it's happening, but I'm missing it. Damian Crawford. Maybe it's happening and I'm missing it. But I'm not seeing the leadership quality nor the teamwork quality, Mr. Crawford, coming from you since September 2025. Maybe somebody else see it, and if you see it, point us to it so we can go look. Anybody else see it out the road there? Point we in the direction where we can go look. Pandemian teamwork, Damian leadership style and leadership work in showing the people that if Mark Golden is not capable, I'm your next best.
Senator Crawford says there's a tendency of the education ministry to manipulate data. Can you play back that clip for me? The last one. A tendency of the education ministry to manipulate data. That's a very, very serious charge. You know, in education, there is a practice. We call it an honor system. Yeah, that we, as a teacher, we preach to our students or pupils to be honest, to be honorable, not to cheat. Yeah, teachers learn that. It's one of the things you impart to your students. You don't cheat. So for the opposition spokesman on education to be accusing the Ministry of Education in effect of cheating, listen to what he says.
It has become more and more clear to me and to the nation that the Ministry of Education is more concerned about building a narrative than building a nation. And in seeking to build a narrative, then you can always seek to manipulate numbers to report that all is rosy and excellent. The example of this can be captured in the recent reports around the PEP examination. And within those reports, they were seeking to indicate that there was a increase and improvement over last year. However, a deeper assessment would indicate that we had a different exam this year versus last year, which did not include two of the categories and also did not include an application component to the same extent as it did in the 2025 year.
No. Senator Dana Morris Dixon, the Education Minister, Permanent Secretary, the Chief Education Officers, yeah, the people who not only administer the exams, yeah, but report the results, the data. I think Senator Crawford is accusing all of you of cheating, of manipulating, misleading the data. I would love to hear your response to what he's claiming.
Now, we will go to what I call a kiss me Ross moment. I've never heard such high-level bullshit before. I mean, you could bait a whole hog in this high-level bullshit. That comes from the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education. And when I said it sounds like bullshit, I literally mean
continues
the
to
shit that
grapple
a
with
bull cow would shit. The only difference is a bull cow shit is decent fertilizer when processed. No, listen to Dr. Kassan-Troop well for me. And tell me if this is not a kiss me Ross moment. A peanut just with a kiss me Ross. I played this video clip several times this morning. I still cannot work out what she means. May I go play it and shut my mouth. May I go turn up on my big toe, bite my tongue, and if it bleed, me pit out the blood or dot. May I go play about 2 times and see if we can identify any sense in what Dr. Kassan-Troop says. Normally, in our country, we always hear say big head people bright. Me don't know if that's saying the whole water anymore. Me don't know if the saying say big head people bright, if it hold water anymore. Let's listen to the doctor.
Continues to grapple with teacher migration. There's a call for teachers' colleges to do more to attract international students. The issue was raised at the Higher Education Conference at the Princess Hotel in Hanover. Kimberly Petty reports.
As the new school year approaches, an older problem prevails. Administrators are rushing to fill several vacant teaching positions as educators continue to leave the island in droves for opportunities overseas. Last year, a survey revealed that 49% of teachers who migrated or had intentions to migrate claimed their primary reason was low wages. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Catherine Troop, provided further details.
A number of international spaces want our teachers. They go to England, they go to Japan, they go to the United States, and sometimes create a crisis for us right here in Jamaica.
Dr. Troop is recommending that teachers' colleges adopt the approach used by Professor Andrew Spencer, president of the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, which speaks to intentional and international partnerships. She noted that while other institutions are seeing a decline in enrollment, CMU is reporting an increase in admissions.
No, we want our tertiary sector, our teachers' colleges, to look at how we can bring people into Jamaica to benefit from our program of learning, so they can build their own skill set and their own people and leave our people alone so we can benefit from them right here.
Dr. Troop believes that once international students are trained here, it could ease the teacher migration problem.
So we want to export the excellence of our teachers' colleges into the global space and see how Jamaica can benefit from that in terms of building the synergies with international colleges and bringing home other programs that we need to modernize our sector that have already been built.
Kimberly Petty, TVJ News.
I've never been so fucking confused. I tell you the truth right here, right now. I've never been so confused. Did you listen to what she said? First of all, did you listen to the problem why Jamaica teachers are leaving our country? And did you listen to what she said? I'm going to play it again, you know, because I never hear. Because, Lord Jesus. Look how they come to contest me faith in the early morning. You hear what she said? Talk again, yeah, Kassan. Because then did run go make them tea. Then did run go make them sandwich for work. Then did run go a canteen go buy lunch. Then did run go a toilet. Then they run go spread up the bed. They run go do anything but heard what Dr. Kassan Troop says. You hear what the lady with the article said? Talk again, lady. Because you're dainty this morning. Talk.
Continues to grapple with teacher migration. There's a call for teachers' colleges to do more to attract international students. The issue was raised at the Higher Education Conference at the Princess Hotel in Hanover. Kimberly Petty reports.
As the new school year approaches, an old problem prevails. Administrators are rushing to fill several vacant teaching positions as educators continue to leave the island in droves for opportunities overseas. Last year, a survey revealed that 49% of teachers who migrated or had intentions to migrate claimed their primary reason was low wages. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Catherine Troop, provided further details.
A number of international spaces want our teachers. They go to England, they go to Japan, they go to the United States, and sometimes create a crisis for us right here in Jamaica.
Dr. Troop is recommending that teachers' colleges adopt the approach used by Professor Andrew Spencer, president of the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, which speaks to intentional and international partnerships. She noted that while other institutions are seeing a decline in enrollment, CMU is reporting an increase in admissions.
No, we want our tertiary sector, our teachers' colleges, to look at how we can bring people into Jamaica to benefit from our program of learning, so they can build their own skill set and their own people and leave our people alone, so we can benefit from them right here.
Dr. Troop believes that once international students are trained here, it could ease the teacher migration problem.
So we want to export the excellence of our teachers' colleges into the global space and see how Jamaica can benefit from that in terms of building the synergies with international colleges and bringing home other programs that we need to modernize our sector that have already been built.
Kimberly Petty, TVJ News.
Now, let's try to untangle the barbed wire without getting with hand tangle in the barbed wire. 49% of Jamaica teachers are leaving primarily. The main reason, primarily, Dr. Cosson, the main reason is because of low wages. Now, what the doctor is proposing is that our teachers' colleges in Jamaica join in a program where they teach teachers in foreign. Teachers from foreign come get the Jamaica education. And by that, the doctor is saying they will leave our teachers alone so we can benefit from them. But it is not skill set that foreign is after, Dr. Troop, why our teachers are leaving. Though the opportunity for skill set is there. The main reason, Dr. Troop, why they're leaving Jamaica, while 49% of our teachers is leaving Jamaica, is because we're not paying them well. How is it, Dr. Troop, if we train foreign teachers, how will that benefit us if we're still not paying our teachers good money to stay in the system? Is Dr. Troop then saying, if we help to train foreign teachers, the skill set that we have in Jamaica, then our teachers in Jamaica will have to stay here and work for peanuts because they have no other choice? Isn't this a kiss me Ross issue? Do you understand? So we pay big head people. Why they do say things in your head when it big? Dr. Troop, me no longer know. Confused. Me confused. Becoming thing to say, something do in a big head. Dr. Troop has not spoke about the remuneration package of teachers, which is the biggest problem. What 49% of the teachers are saying why we leave our country is because of pay. She have not addressed that. Did you hear she spoke once of pay package to get our teachers to stay? She said we're going to train teachers abroad. We want teachers to come and train in Jamaica so they can go back and serve their country and we can benefit from our teachers. To put the teacher, them say them rather go dance, go, or go plant corn or cassava rather than stay in the education system for peanuts, Dr. Troop. Or they would rather go set up a stall in a market or a little corner shop. She has not spoke about why the teachers are leaving. It's not about training. It's not about skill set. Why our teachers are leaving. The opportunities abroad. They want better money. And that's why they are leaving. She has not addressed that at all. Lordy, he thought. The whole of me sit down and sweat. When you're not confused. But could listen to Dr. Troop one more time, yeah? We have to listen to big and good for nothing fool. Big and good for nothing idiot. She have not addressed why teachers are leaving. So we don't know how we take up foreign teachers and train them is going to solve the problem of us not paying teachers. How lady, don't make her go sideways after you this morning. Because you know when I go sideways, it don't nice. You know when I go sideways, it don't. What kind of fuckery that? And then I come out with the doctor. The doctor title irritate me, you know, lady. Lady is the doctor title is my problem. Because on the whole way I'm rubbing our face. If we don't mind, we get coke out of it. Did you heard what you said? Not only did you believe what you said is a better question to ask. Lady move. Lady move and go find something though. Go and go knit crochet or plait basket or something, but move out of the way. You understand? We don't know when you go to school go waste money for, you know. We don't know what parents waste money for. Can't come out and we don't see one of they go learn. Because you heard the problem. You have not spoken to the problem. And you come tell we about pen. Listen back the interview, woman, and see if you don't sound like fool. Especially the last part of the interview, you sound like you even look like a China dolly, to be honest with you. You look like a China they make you, even though me look like me make a China as well. But I swear to God, it look like a China they make you, then probably I'll put battery in your back. They make you a China and put battery in your back. And then them put in the, how you don't call it, the prearranged audio in you. So you can't say otherwise anyway. China. Battery dolly from China. Yeah. Did she listen to herself? Teachers, 49% of them said the primary reason, which is the main reason, Dr. Trope, why they're leaving is the pay. The pay. If they might get paid, they would have stayed. And then we would need to train foreign teachers. We could continue with a continuous development of our brilliant educators. I wonder if you're thief like the city puss Grace McLean. In Dr. Troop, I wonder if you're thief like the city puss. How much you help Favor to swindle? Because that's all. I'm sitting in the education department, I do, you know. I take the education money, I buy birthday cake for man. In the case of Grace McLean, when you say man never want her, and she still buy $1 million birthday cake and put on lavish birthday for man when I want her. Grace McLean don't even suitable for we send her a back road or go or upon go stage, go walk back with money. And Paula Llewellyn wait until time has passed with her voluminous lips and tongue. Never mind. Let us listen to Dr. Trope one more time, because this, I've never seen somebody so deaf in a very long time. I've never seen such a deaf person in a very long time, because I don't think she heard what she was saying.
Continues to grapple with teacher migration. There's a call for teachers' colleges to do more to attract international students. The issue was raised at the Higher Education Conference at the Princess Hotel in Hanover. Kimberly Petty reports.
As the new school year approaches, an older problem prevails. Administrators are rushing to fill several vacant teaching positions as educators continue to leave the island in droves for opportunities overseas. Last year, a survey revealed that 49% of teachers who migrated or had intentions to migrate claimed their primary reason.
You remember Grace McLean, the woman who thief the $124 million? Grace McLean, the one who thief the $124 million and take million out of our money by birthday cake for man where she no never want her. Kill this woman.
Reason was low wages. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Casson Troop, provided further details.
A number of international spaces want our teachers. They go to England, they go to Japan, they go to the United States, and sometimes create a crisis for us right here in Jamaica.
Dr. Troop is recommending that teachers' colleges adopt the approach used by Professor Andrew Spencer, president of the Caribbean Maritime University CMU, which speaks to intentional and international partnerships. She noted that while other institutions are seeing a decline in enrollment, CMU is reporting an increase in admissions.
No, we want our tertiary sector, our teachers' colleges, to look at how we can bring people into Jamaica to benefit from our program of learning so they can build their own skill set and their own people and leave our people alone so we can benefit from them right here.
Dr. True believes that once international students are trained here, it could ease the teacher migration problem.
So we want to export the excellence of our teachers' colleges into the global space and see how Jamaica can benefit from that in terms of building the synergies with international colleges and bringing home other programs that we need to modernize our sector that have already been built.
Kimberly Petty, TVJ News.
We're now going to go to, I don't want to cuss her this morning, you know. But I'd rather call her the mother of all harlots. The mother of Rahab. Or let's call her the mother of Rahab. Or the mother of Rahabism. Let us now turn our attention
the Jamaica Labour Party for a third term.
To the mother of Rahabism in our country. Babs stood on the political stage last night. And what the mother of Rahabism said, not that we have rebuilt the hurricane torn. Remember, mother of Rahab was the one who went around with a jollification and go collect one whole heap of money and the life, the victim, the survivors of Melissa. To date, Jamaica people have not heard how much the mother of Rahabism collected on the back of Jamaica people. We're going to go to doing Vaz soon. In this shirt where it look like a van poor relief, him get the shirt. But Babs said they're about to rebuild back. Make sure talk for yourself. Because I don't want to tell no lie upon them. Uno no shame. Say after 10 months, uno still a walk and check with so no go do. Mother of Rahabism. Uno no shame. After 10 months, with Jamaicans lying in squalor, Jamaicans lying under tarpaulin, Jamaicans kicked out of shelter, and we don't know where they end there. Children have gone back to school in the element and under tarpaulin. And after the government collected billions in donation, insurance, loan, beggy, and all sort, nothing has been done. And 10 months after, we no still come and check with so now go do. We no should have shame. Jankro, fly fit take on in our country no labor rights. Fly fit take on in our country can no dog shit. And we normally say fly a vroom, vroom, vroom over dog shit. Fly if you take on in our country. Oh.
The Jamaica Labour Party for a third term. So as we look forward to rebuilding the constituencies that were impacted by Melissa, and as we look forward to building on the good things that we have done, your children's future is in good hands.
Your children, Jamaica, future. She said, is in good hands. I wouldn't want to see the bad hands. I wouldn't want to see the bad hands that our children's future is in. If you claim so with children future in good hands, after 10 months, on our plan for rebuild. But before we go to Rocky Mead and Gugu Gaga, let's go to Dwayne Vaz in a poor relief shot. Dwayne Vaz look like a poor relief you can get that shot there from. Bear with. It's a crisis. Babs the Grange, look here. Look here, Babs the Grange. The last two video Dwayne Vaz do.
Dwayne Vaz here. You're a member of parliament for Central Westmoreland.
The last two video Dwayne Vaz do in a poor relief shirt. At this very spot. We don't see no improvement. Auntie Angela, you're one of the lead minister in this area. Prime Minister Pernell Charles, how long it take? Because the Prime Minister tell you how much weeks or months ago, you know. So the container them arriving at the country, be sure no member. And the Prime Minister tell us so we have to build base to put them pan. And we have to run this sewage. And we have to this. And we have to that. So we take time. I wonder, look on the base them and tell me if they're not. Don't cuss. Don't cuss. Hold that peace this morning. Hold that peace this morning. Don't focus on Dwayne Vaz poor relief shot. Focus on what Dwayne Vaz is telling you and what Dwayne Vaz is showing you. Because we saw it in the two previous videos that Dwayne Vaz did. And months on, we are not seeing any improvement. Jamaica me stress. We don't if I say Jamaica stress me out. Sometimes I feel like mother want a holiday. Feel like mother want a holiday sometime. Jamaica stress me out. And don't tell me about going to Jamaica because somebody can't want a holiday from the stress of Jamaica and pick up themselves, go to Jamaica, go look on the derelicts out of their eye.
Dwayne Vaz here. You're a member of parliament for Central Westmoreland. Today is the 10th of July, and I'm standing at the site in Shrewsbury where the persons who are staying in the shelter is supposed to be relocated to. But as you would have remembered, we have done two videos before. We were here on the 8th of May when the persons were supposed to be moved to the location. We came back on the 8th of June to show the progress of the site, and we're here today.
NaRRA, it's a shirt. Look at the button there, left over right. Button for men are left over right in fashion. And button for women are right over left in fashion. But it look like a poor relief game that shot there. Murder she wrote. No, sir.
What we're seeing is that the 10 bases that we announced the last time that were ready are still here. And that is the position that we are currently still in. We have seen no sign of the sewage lines. We are seeing no.
Look on the base them out in Chaka Chaka. I wonder if the base around the Prime Minister house. Chaka Chaka so.
No signs of the light, the water, and most importantly, not one container house has been brought to the site. We're seeing where the contractor has done some work with regards to the roads coming in, and based on our information, yes, we heard that some work with sewage also is going on. But the point I'm making is that the timeline that the government made obviously will not be reached. And the government should have known from day one that the work could not have been done in the time that they had stated. They should have been honest with the people so we can have realistic timelines and people can have realistic expectations. What is happening is that 2 months have now passed, still no sign of completion, and anybody who is staying in the shelters or anybody who are catching somewhere with the hope of coming here. Their hopes basically are seeming like a pipe dream because this is taking so long. So the minister needs to answer these questions and needs to let the people know when will they be relocated to this particular site. As was stated from day one, it should be a 50-house site. They said 20 in phase one. We're now hearing that we're starting with 10. But as I said, the 10 bases have been prepared, but there's still no indication of when the project will be complete. So we really want to know because persons are suffering. The hurricane season has started again, and still we have not been able to relocate the persons who were staying at the shelter. We need to do something about this right now, and we need answers. And the people of Petersfield deserve better.
Winifred, we can't help it. Ballot. No, sir. Auntie Angela. Liar, Auntie Angela. Let us go to the soldier boy them now. Rocky Mead face bend up like old kerosene pan. Let us go to the soldier boy them. Because we think Andrew Holness, by the way, thief in Prime Minister. Prime Minister will thief milk out of coffee. Prime Minister will design this skill of thieving. Who is the ambassador for the United States of A? Who is the Jamaican ambassador to the United States of A, Prime Minister? Because Gogo Gaga cannot be still getting paid for the ambassador to the United States of A, and as NaRRA's exit. Prime Minister, what the fuck is going on in our country? Are you wait to put your son? Might as well you give it to your son, you know. I swear to God, Prime Minister, you can put one of your son or your sister or your mother, just put a family member there. It wouldn't really make a blind difference right here now. Prime Minister, just find a family member put there. It no matter who right now. Because anybody you put there is a crony of Andrew Holness. So me not see the difference right now. Put one of your father, your mother, your sister, but Mystic, Mighty Mystic. You can put Mighty Mystic there. You already there foreign. Just put somebody there. Because at this point, it really don't matter who you appoint to what position in our country, you know. Because it's always going to be one of your friends, one of your family, or one of your crony. So it don't really matter. Just find somebody. But Google Gaga, when you do the research on the internet, Google Gaga still cannot be coming up. Tony, as you call him, your cousin, informally, Tony, not even Antonino, Tony, cannot be the ambassador to the United States of A and the NaRRA chief executive. You have enough time now to appoint Lisa Hanna, one of your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your son. Just appoint somebody. Just appoint somebody. Let's listen to Ben Upface, Rocky Mead. Because Andrew Holness just militarized everything in Jamaica. So permanent secretary, army personnel now become permanent secretary. Army personnel become head of NaRRA. Army personnel become the head of ADPEM. Where you not going to put army head of in our country, Prime Minister? Where you not going to militarize in our country, John Crow?
I'm Rocky Mead. I'm the permanent secretary in the office.
And nobody, you know. Everybody you hear a talk, you know. Nobody not talk about Melissa victim, you know. And all of them money, yeah, where they walk and beg, steal, and borrow, and still turn around, steal out of it. Upon the back of Melissa victim, mind you, all of these money that they beg, steal, and borrow, and turn around, thief out of it, is on the back of Melissa's victim. But everybody is talking about all kind of building, exposo, and all sort of every. But nobody is making mention of Hurricane Melissa victim. Here the mother of Rahabism. I come tell we say, them are going to rebuild back the parish them. Babsy, how much have you collected? To date, Babsy Grade, we have not heard how much you and RJ Marks collect out of the concert them, and how much you know collect from Hard Rock, whatever Rock Hotel or whatever their name. How much? National Thief.
I'm Rocky Mead. I'm the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister. Today we looked at projects we want to prioritize for NaRRA support. Of course, the Office of the Prime Minister has several divisions.
They're looking for projects they want to prioritize for NaRRA support, not the victims of Melissa. Not the victims of Melissa. This government is walking and picking up every almighty God thing to use hurricane victim money pan. But to date, nobody not talk about hurricane victims in our country. I don't think say no something for mad, even mad people. I don't think say we are going in our country. I know something for mad. All if you're mad already, them are something yeah, we even make your mad.
Divisions. We have the Defense Division, we have continuity of governance and disaster preparedness, we have the science portfolio, we have digital transformation and efficiency, we have the CERT. Presentations were done separately by the Jamaica Defense Force and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. And under the OPM umbrella, we presented on post and telecoms, the science portfolio, and NaRRA. With respect to the post offices, there are a number of post offices that were impacted by Melissa and otherwise have infrastructure challenges. Whether we will do those completely under NaRRA or under normal government support is still being discussed, but they certainly need to be done. With respect to the science and technology, there's a lot of resilience that we will get from that. We're looking at the nuclear sciences and how they can help with resilience from an agricultural perspective and other investment there. And from NaRRA, we are looking at how we preserve our records, our heritage. Right now, our records are stored in a colonial building that is in a poor state of repair, and we're taking a great risk here at having our heritage and records preserved in such a challenged infrastructure. The PM is also concerned about a whole of government approach. It's not only the Office of the Prime Minister, NaRRA, that has records to store, but the Jamaica Archives and Records Division, all of government with records to store. So we're looking at a state-of-the-art complex designed to be resilient, that can withstand any challenges we have and keep our records and our heritage intact. I think this was a very good exercise to get us to look at how to really build resilience, not just for recovery from Melissa, but to learn the lessons and take us forward in the future to be able to withstand any challenges, preserve our history, and move forward even better.
No, sir. We need a holiday to Scotland, Wales, or the West Midlands. Globalists can't send me for a 1 week holiday because them are something that stress out all dog. Let us go to another army veteran because the army veteran them are come tell we be a fucker this morning. Everybody, everything the government do, and you know here Melissa victim. Oh, Melissa victim them a manage to eat, you know. Because Jamaica people are complaining about the eat just like we are foreign, yeah. All this one year where him don't learn to talk all now.
Right, so I'm here at the Recover and Rebuild Expo 2026 at the month.
All this one year we don't learn to talk up until today. Rebuilding Expo. Who is rebuilding Melissa victims' lives? Who is assisting in the rebuilding of Hurricane Melissa? We need a holiday. Because if me no go on a holiday, me I go mad. Anyway, let's listen to Google Gaga with his many jobs, salaries, and portfolios that we don't know what the fuck he did. Because when he was at the Commission of Police, he did fuck all. Literally.
Expo 2026 at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Had a chance to walk around some of the exhibits. It's actually quite a good collection of businesses.
So Ladybug, why ask that the holiday really not solve the problem? Because Ladybug says she up on holiday right now. And Jamaica still a stress her out. How do I do? Yes, last night we never want to do no show. This morning we never want to do no show. I still have to do it. How do I block out or blot out Jamaica for at least a week and just take a break away from this thing? Otherwise, we're not going to see me turn up near one bin when I tear up dirty clothes. Otherwise, we're not going to see me stand up near one bin in some tear up dirty clothes. Jamaica is becoming depressing just to even look at, to hear about, to talk about. Imagine us as vloggers, we have to champion these issues every day. Almighty and almighty God. Me don't know. Me don't know, but them a go mad way. Them a go mad way. Because when you see say, nothing not improve, nothing not turn, and you still attack every day, me want at least to blot out Jamaica out of my mind for a week. And right now, me don't know how to do it. Me not tell no lie.
The Recover and Rebuild Expo 2026 at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Had a chance to walk around some of the exhibits. It's actually quite a good collection of businesses of all sorts, all involved in the construction industry. And also,
I've been also said she up on holiday and it a stressor. Me don't know. Me don't know what will give. Something will have to give though, but me don't know. It a mad me, literally. A mad me. Me want to take a break, and every time me want to take a break, I me scroll to my phone, me see something will irritate the fuck out of me.
The financing for it, and if you do build a house, there are also some cars here that can go in the garage, and electric ones at that. So there are a lot of products here. The team, both at Build Expo and the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce, have done a good job in putting this all together. I also had the opportunity to share a bit with persons here about NaRRA and what we're doing, the context for NaRRA particularly, and how we see us working in collaboration with a number of entities, but also emphasizing that NaRRA's success is Jamaica's success, and we can all really get behind it. And certainly we will be reaching out broadly to make partnerships and ultimately to deliver for Jamaica these strategic transformational infrastructure projects, and thereby build growth, increase economic activity. And over the 5-year period, because that's one of the questions that was asked, over the 5-year period that NaRRA is in existence, what do we expect to see at the end? Well, we expect to see more capacity in the construction industry generally, but as I say, more growth, more spin-off, and a more integrated society, and great benefits to communities and people alike. We will have a more resilient country.
We will have a more resilient country. But if we have what about the people's resilience? Because without the people involved, Google Gaga, in the resilience, Sosa Brick and Mata can be resilient, Sosa Brick and Mata. My doctor put me on antidepressants. I don't know, laughing. Citalopram. I don't know, laughing my time around one list. Me don't know me don't know how far me dey from depression right here now when it come to Jamaica. But it's the love for our country and the love for our people. And when we see Labour and PNP have their head down in the sun and decide to only want to be Labour right and PNP and not to be Jamaican. It is hugely depressing. I mean, depressing. But what can we do? What can we do? We cannot have resilience, brick and mortar, go gaga, Andrew Holness, Pernell Charles, Auntie Angela, Nesta Morgan, Fly Green, and the whole on who get up tell the lie minute by minute every day. That's the problem, Errol. It's the same. That this is what they say. Andrew cheat Jamaica, like I say, everybody are dunce. Because Andrew Holness just keep recycling one set of people and nothing happen. Rene, how you do? What, Rene? Italia, so? Andrew Holness just continue to recycle the one set of dumb big head people. No change, no improvement. And these people still a walk with massive salary package, big status and big contacts. And the people of Jamaica see no benefit. This is why Jamaica people may say to say, me cannot join the wagonism when it comes to PNP and labor rights. Because until the day we become Jamaicans and take back control of our country, the fuckery literally continues. Until the day we drop the political tribalism and the wagonism in our country, nothing will change. And we make it answer, you know. And we make it answer. Especially, you see, the 60% of we will refuse to participate when it comes to election time. The 60% of we will refuse to participate when it comes election time. But we want to complain right through the year about the wicked, evil thief in government. Does it make sense? Refresh to excellent. Oh, you do. Does it really make sense? We sit down and complain when we can do something about it and we refuse to do something. Because you see, if you, the 60%, disengage and disenfranchise, dumbass holes, did get up and vote, we could have outvoted the 40%. And the 20% will give we labor right, the 21% will give we labor right out of the 40% will vote. We are allowing the minority to dictate to us, Jamaica. And this is why we're in the position that we're in. Because the minority are dictating to us. How is a freaking fool? Come like someone would drop out from back a cow. We have to engage in the system. We, the 60% owner, engage. We have more power than the 40% we sell them vote to Labour Right and PNP, or we vote purely because they're tribalists. We have more power than them. Only though, only if we get up and use it meaningfully. And stop going, like I said, God a go come do nothing. Sit down and waste no time wait for God, you hear? You think God could, if God come, God now come to Jamaica? Because it will be too much of fucking hassle. Do you hear me? If God come, God now come to Jamaica. Jamaica is going to be too much of a hassle. Jamaica people are going too hard to deal with. So I'm going to come and go anywhere else but Jamaica. So let me tell you this morning, sit down and waste no time and sit down and wait. Because while you wait, and the oldness and in family and in crony them, I get richer and richer. Anyway, come go on about your business this morning, you know. Because even though outside cloudy, it's still humid. It's cloudy, but it's still humid. Globalists, I don't know if I come on late. I say I want a break. I want a mental break from the bullshit. Maureen Morning. I want a mental break from the bullshit. But if you scroll through your phone, Veronica, and you see the fuckery, you have to come talk about it. I need a mental break. How do I switch off from the fuckery that goes on in our country? Right? No, sir. This is serious. Very, very serious.
Yo! Jamaica check, Jamaica check, Jamaica check. Check in, check in, check in. Aye. Why Andrew you fuck up Jamaica? Turn your wife in a house speaker. How you make the warship come here? You want Donald Trump to take over? To send more criminal boy. The deport you we no want them boy. Andrew hold Mr. Slave Master. Him sell out the whole of Jamaica to Donald Trump, but Andrew Holness wicked and lie. Sell out Jamaica left us to die. Donald Trump tell Andrew say, you said the Chinese them send them away. Why Andrew you fuck up Jamaica? It's like you want to hurry up with hunger. And I said no the police and soldier. Picky laugh for who in Jamaica. Fi bring pedophile compound will and fi rape little bikini ham big woman. Donald Trump keep your problem. Little Jamaica can't solve them. Jamaica have them one problem. We want a way out to solve them. We have to robbers and thieves. Little Jamaica in a grief. Why Andrew you fuck up Jamaica? Turn your wife in a house speaker. How you make the warship come?
Globalists, thank you for being here this morning. Lovely to have your support as always. If you don't see me later, so if me can pluck up the courage, but me wish me not see nothing till they will irritate me. Because me want one evening for myself. When you probably see me back. If you don't see me this evening, you will see me back Sunday. Because I go to church tomorrow. So if you don't see me this evening, and not until Sunday. So thank you very much for being here. Lovely to have you. Me need a switch off. Me need a switch off. Me now make Jamaica mad me. Because right now, if election call, you see all the people them without food, clothes, and shelter run out for support Labour campaign and PNP campaign. Me fed up. Anyway, thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So that's why I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari, war and cry, and do the righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen.
Yeah.
So just a tie and I say watch your man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and fight. Fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twin. Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone. And it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone. And it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rub and cheat and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Big man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Big man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta. I sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man show one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man show and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. so was good, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.